Ruby.
Very fat bee.
This video is brought to you by HomeTrust, Singapore's leading interior design portal. Looking for an interior designer for your home? Fret not. HomeTrust allows you to find unbiased reviews and design ideas from the best interior designers in Singapore. Simply select your house type, budget, and desired style, and you will find tons of ideas that will fit your criteria. You can easily browse pictures of completed projects and read customer reviews on the different IDs before making your big decision. Head on over to hometrust.sg or click the link in the description box below to find out more. Now back to the video.
Okay, since we are doing regrets, right, then I will just extend it to having things that we are really glad that we did.
Yeah.
And that we catered space in the reno for this.
So yeah, basically these are a list of items that we would have done regardless of where we are living next time, I think. So the first one is dishwasher.
Catering space for the dishwasher.
Catering space for dishwasher, like designing the whole kitchen area with the dishwasher in mind.
Yes.
So with the proper model also.
No, the model I feel is
like
okay,
the
not too
mainstream model.
Yeah, as in the typical dishwasher
Yeah.
size, not the like the dishwasher we placed a deposit for was the tabletop one. That's the original one. Then over the course of time, we upgraded to the full size one, and then the full size one we went up and up and up and up.
Yeah, we
So-
keep upgrading the
yeah.
dishwasher.
So now we were talking about like tabletop, and then we were considering the 45 cm width model, which is the skinny version, not the normal size one. And then after that, we just became like the full size dishwasher. And then we were considering between integrated and not integrated.
Yeah.
So now our current one is the freestanding one, but I'm glad that we went with the full size one because it makes dishwashing right so much easier that you just think about cooking or baking. You don't think about the washing. And if sometimes like if we are not using a dishwasher, you just say I don't want to cook lah. Cause
Yeah.
if you want to hand wash the thing, it's just like meh. Cause at that point it's so easy, you just chuck everything in and then we just turn on, like put a tablet in, turn on, and then that's all. So it's a lot easier. And if let's say we had gone with the tabletop version and then we wanted to upgrade to a full size one, right, we wouldn't have space in the kitchen at all for it.
I don't think I would have gone for a tabletop after living here for so long.
And
Because it
it
would-
takes up space.
yeah.
It takes up a lot of space, and you still need to cater like inlet outlet pipes for it. So like there's no point. Looking at our tabletop space now, I don't think we have space for
Yeah,
it.
so
also.
that's why I don't think I would have like agreed on putting a tabletop one. Like if we never have a dishwasher now, right? Like it's not planned to we don't plan to have a dishwasher. I wouldn't have gone for the tabletop as an alternative. I would just wash. I'll just wash the plate.
You're the one who said don't need dishwasher. You
Yeah,
just wash.
as in either you wash or you go for all in like the full size one. Like don't go for the middle one.
And then go weird size.
Yeah, don't go for the halfway.
Yeah. So like now he's the one who's like, are we using dishwasher today?
Because I need to we need the problem with dishwasher, right? Or rather not really a problem but thing to take note is you have to plan when you're gonna wash your dishes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so-
I think in the US, right, it's very common to leave the dishes in the dishwasher for like a few days until you get a full load and then you wash everything. But I think we think that it's freaking unhygienic because it's like food scraps festering in your dishwasher, one thing.
Asian.
And
No,
then,
just kidding.
and then secondly, right, you have to have a lot of plates
Yeah.
to be able to sustain that lifestyle because you like let's say you use two plates today and then you need to wait 3 days, right? That means you need 6 plates.
Yeah. No.
At least. Then like that means you have to have storage for all these plates also. And what if someone wants to come over and have a meal, right? Then it's like 4 plates one day. Let's say you already use 4 plates, you only got 6 plates, right? And then you need 4 plates. Then what do? Then you still have to hand wash.
So the good thing about our dishwasher is that it has dual zone. Like you can wash only the top half or the bottom half.
That was one of the requirements for
Yeah,
our
so-
dishwasher, that we wanted a half load.
So
like,
the
it has to be able to wash half load.
Yeah, so the top one is usually like when we go for like simple meals like throughout the day, like lunch 2 plates and then the dinner 2 plates and then
Some drinks.
over the course of the day, some drinks, some cups, some glasses
Some
or whatever.
bowls, whatever.
Yeah, and like utensils and those usually fill up the top half.
Yeah.
And then if you go for like bigger bowls, like you want to make like
Or you're gonna do lunch and dinner together.
Yeah.
And then it's like full load. Or
And
like
then-
when I bake.
Yeah.
Then I use a lot of the bowls for measuring and stuff like that. And then the KitchenAid, the steel bowl, I just chuck the whole thing in.
yeah.
Yeah. And like the foodie, I just chuck the whole pot inside also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but the thing is you have to you have to take note on which of your utensils or
Yeah, so
or bowls or whatever or
if-
crockery you can.
yeah, so if you get a dishwasher, you have to take note of the utensils and cutlery that you buy, and it's on your pots as well. If you don't even want to wash your pots, you have to buy like full stainless steel pots so you can chuck the whole thing in, and you can't put like stainless steel pots with plastic handles, for example. Like the pot handle is plastic, cause the dishwasher might disintegrate your plastic.
I don't think it will disintegrate.
No,
it will
for
just
ours it might, because ours has steam.
Oh.
Not all dishwashers have steam. Yeah, so you need to note that.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
dishwasher.
basically you just have to buy dishwasher safe stuff.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Especially for like your containers,
Mm.
like the lock and Tupperware and all those. Yeah.
Yeah, and some of the containers like the cover cannot be dishwashed. It's not dishwasher approved, but then the bottom is.
Yeah.
So it's
the
like,
body is.
yeah, so you have to take note.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is Steigen.
Or something of that like.
Automated laundry rack is important, but I think the more important one is with the heat.
Most have.
Some don't have.
Oh.
Some of the Taobao one don't have the heat one. So it just like allows you to move it up and down.
Oh, okay,
and
okay,
then
okay. So the drying function.
yeah, the drying.
So like for ours, right, especially with our layout now, it's impossible to use the original one because we cannot even pulley the thing anymore. The angle is totally off. We can't use that anymore. And I don't think we have the space for that.
Yeah, so the original Marikita HDB one, right, you can't.
We can't use it for our layout. And then it's good that we catered like sockets and things for it. So we added 2 sockets there for the washing machine and a potential dryer in the future. And then we told them to change the lighting point to a 13 amp, which they didn't. So luckily we had
this was
the spare.
this was a I think miscomm lah. Like,
It's a we told them specifically, but then they didn't do it. So it's not really a miscomm in a sense. They just didn't do it. Then after that, it just so happened that we were lucky enough to have 2 sockets there. Otherwise, the whole
Yeah.
trunking would have been really ugly. Yeah, so we were just lucky in that sense. No regrets catering like electrical points and the space for the Stegen.
yeah, but I think the Stegen is really good because like you know, like some people they will see the weather like, oh, it's raining, I cannot
yeah,
wash
cannot
clothes
wash,
now
yeah.
because 2 hours later like hang out the
Cannot
clothes
dry.
it will take like 24 hours, the full 24 hours to,
Yeah.
to dry the thing, right? So for us, like we are washing clothes like in the middle of the night, like
Like we start at like 12 o'clock.
yeah, start at 12 o'clock and then we hang the clothes at 12 a.m. and then
No, we started at like 2 a.m.
at 2 a.m. and then like the next morning everything is dry.
Yeah.
Because the good thing about the Steigen one is that I don't know about the Taobao one, but the heater mode, right, is about 3 hours.
It turns off after 3 hours.
It turns off after 3 hours. I'm not sure if the heating one turns off after 3 hours, but
No,
the
yeah.
fan turns off
both,
after 3
both,
hours.
both turn off after 3 hours.
Okay, so it will turn off after 3 hours. So and then it works like a dehydrator. Because I went to search like how it works. Like it basically works like a dehydrator. So it basically dehydrates your clothes. So you'll suck up all the water. You'll dry your clothes faster
in a sense. But one thing to note that is that you cannot expect it to fully dry all your clothes, all types of clothes in 3 hours. Like
Yeah.
thicker towels, blankets,
Wash
quilts.
If you wash like super thick like jean material.
Yeah, jean materials most
Like
definitely
denim
cannot
stuff,
dry
yeah.
in 3 hours. You probably need to go like 2 rounds, 3 rounds, or even air dry the rest of it.
Yeah.
So like even if we took a dryer, right, it will have the same problem because it's just the nature of the material. It absorbs water and locks in the water. So even if you put heat on it, right, it doesn't dry because the water is still inside.
So
And you just get a hot, wet thing.
yeah. So one thing I feel it's a plus point of the Steigen over a traditional dryer is that because you're hanging your clothes on the rack, right? Most of the things after you dry the clothes, right, is straight.
Because it's hanging.
Yeah, if you put in the traditional tumbler, right, you probably need to iron your clothes after
Because
that.
it'll be all
because
like,
it will be all
it's
like
all twisted.
it will be all tumbling inside the drum,
Yeah.
right, and then
It'll be just be twisted and
Yeah.
it comes out stuck because there's heat.
yeah.
So it's a
for-
mini iron in a twisted form.
So if you wear like primarily t-shirts, right, I think you don't even need to.
You probably don't need to iron your clothes.
Yeah, because it's
Because-
straight. Now, like if I really want to like straighten the clothes, like we have a small garment steamer.
Garment steamer.
Yeah.
But as in, other than that, like you don't really need to.
Yeah,
Un-
I feel that
yeah.
like the chances of me using it is extremely low.
Unless it's
so,
like formal clothes,
yeah.
like for a formal occasion, then
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
So But then that's because I
Lazy lah.
I don't need it lah. But if you are living, like if you're working in a environment where you need to wear formal clothes every single day, right, then maybe it's a bit different.
You probably need to.
Yeah. So okay. Anyway, that's for Steigen. Dry kitchen. The next one is dry kitchen. So
The dry kitchen refers to the area that is in the
Yeah.
living room.
so basically we cater enough space, like countertop space for
Many appliances.
the water dispenser, the coffee machine, and then
Toaster,
her-
KitchenAid,
yeah, the
stuff
kitchen,
like that.
the KitchenAid
So,
thing. Yeah.
I mean, it could probably be better utilized. If we didn't have this dry kitchen space, right, I don't think we have enough countertop space for a lot of things. Yeah. So, I like the dry kitchen. And then the bottom cabinets below that, right, they store a lot of containers, dry goods like rice pasta,
Yeah, rice, pasta, and some like
some spare drinks.
spare drinks.
It's like bottled drinks that don't
But-
need to
but-
be refrigerated right now.
But we also store your like baking materials,
Yeah, we
baking
store baking things inside.
baking
We
things.
containers,
cups, and all those things. So.
cups, basically like water bottles, things like that. It also houses the filter system for the water dispenser. Then all my baking stuff are in this outside cabinet, including our drinks, like packet drinks. So that means like the instant cereal, tea, coffee, instant coffee, those kind is all outside here.
So I guess this is a bit weird because it's catered for our house. So if you have an extremely long kitchen, right, then I probably think that you probably don't need this thing, this extra kitchen space. But
But more
because
storage
if you remember how our kitchen looks like, right, then it's very small, very limited in space. So we needed that extra.
More storage space is
Yeah.
always good. Yeah.
So the next one is kitchen layout.
Yeah, so like the way we did our living room to kitchen layout, right, it looks very different from the original raw version of the house. So if you remember the original version of the house looked very small. But then once we renovated and we moved in, right, a lot of people say actually your house feels bigger than it looks like on paper. Because like one thing we did was to actually make the kitchen entrance smaller.
It's an illusion.
Yes, an illusion because we
It's
extended
not really bigger, but it's just
we
like,
extended the wall of the DB box wall. Like
Yeah.
we extended that wall in a sense because where it used to stop was where the beam started, and then that whole arch niche, right, is fabricated, so it looks like that wall is extra long now. But actually, that used to be part of the kitchen entrance, which is like, why do we need such a big kitchen entrance?
Yeah, you don't like, because our idea was that you don't really need a super big entrance, because like how many people are entering the kitchen at the same time,
like
right?
even right now, if it's like smaller state, right, you can walk two people side by side.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with a smaller entrance. And then because of that smaller entrance, right, we could have done more things. We did more things with the space in the kitchen, like putting the oven behind the niche wall. I mean the arch niche wall, and then the fridge is also on the other side. So that's like used to be this big, right? Then this part now is like taken one fridge, one tall unit, and then this is your entrance space. So it's still like at least 1.2 meters wide. So it's actually still quite big.
I would think that the original space is too big.
It's way too big.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I like the kitchen layout also because that it looks like an open layout, but it's actually a semi-closed layout. So like a lot of people cannot find the door,
Yeah.
which I like.
So if you-
that was the original
Yeah,
intention
if
of
you
this design.
if you remember our sliding door, right, it's like hidden. It's like most of the time it's hidden behind the partition.
Yeah.
And then if you really need to do like wing steak or whatever, right, where
To
there's
block
like
the smokes.
to block the
Smokes.
Okay.
To block the smoke.
Smoke and like smell or
smell.
whatever.
I think
right?
it doesn't fully block it, but it
Or
actually
if you want to on aircon,
it
right?
reduces a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, on aircon also.
or if like there's bugs flying in from the service yard and then you want to trap them in the kitchen, right, you can just do it. It works. I tried it. But anyway, the next one is the master bedroom layout.
Yeah, so this room I think hasn't been reviewed yet. Like how to get in isn't reviewed, like in totality. Then after that, so the thing is, we changed the layout of the master bedroom and the study. We did significant changes. So like we hacked down basically most of the hackable walls in those two rooms and then rebuilt the walls. So the door of the master bedroom is no longer where it used to be. It's now inside the study. So a lot of people are like, why the heck do you need two doors in one room? But the thing is, it makes sense in our flow because we are most of the time in the study and then when we want to sleep, we just go in. So it doesn't make sense for us to go out of the study to go into the master bedroom. Yeah. Then that's our flow, and then because we shifted the master bedroom door into the study, right, the area that used to be the mini corridor can now be used for wardrobe.
Yeah, because if you look at the original floor plan, right, or I would say that most HDB BTOs nowadays have a similar plan. That small area of space, right, most people just leave it bare, right?
Because the door has
Because
to be
it's
there.
a very weird angle, and then
And the door has to be there.
Yeah.
Because you need to leave space for the door to lean against the wall. And then most people's wardrobe only start after the toilet. And then it's like either a small short wardrobe or it's an L-shaped one.
Yeah.
Which is most definitely not enough for 2 people. And I don't like the idea that you have to split up your wardrobe between 2 people that
What do you
are
mean
living
by-
in the same room. So to me, it doesn't make sense.
okay,
And
in our sense, it doesn't make sense because as in our lifestyle, because we don't have too many clothes. If like 1,000 pairs of like shoes and clothes, right, and then trousers or whatever, then you want to like arrange it in a gallery format, right? Then probably you can't do it.
yeah. So that is a walk-in wardrobe style. It's just
Wait,
lifestyle preferences.
It's with our lifestyle in mind. So
Yeah.
I guess like different people will have different lifestyle plans. So if you have a
But-
similar lifestyle plan, then okay lah.
No, but a lot of people who came to our house say that this flow makes a lot of sense. Like our current flow
I mean,
makes a lot of
I
sense.
I like the current flow lah. So,
Yeah. So like so right now both our clothes, the whole wardrobe is in the master bedroom with the bed, and then everything else is outside. So like the study and stuff like that. I've seen people who combine the study with with the wardrobe as the walk-in wardrobe room. Then I was like, to me that
Okay,
makes actually even more no sense.
It makes no sense to me, right? Because like especially in this like work from home era, right? Where imagine you have a meeting, right, and then your partner is like showering, right, and then like
Coming in to change.
some random person will come in and like take clothes like while you're in your meeting, like when your
With the
webcam is on.
yeah.
So
And when the thing is, I like that it's very hidden. So like the master bedroom should be a private area because it's like where you sleep, right? So I feel it should be private area. So when we don't want people to come in, we just close the door. And then a lot of people actually get shocked, like when we finish, then they look at the whole house, right? And we close the door. They are like, so where do you guys sleep?
yeah, it's like, isn't this like a 4-room place? Why is there only like 2
Two.
rooms? And
Yeah.
then none of it is a bedroom.
Yeah. Then we joke that we just sleep on the sofa.
Yeah. Usually I just say I sleep on the sofa.
But yeah, so I like that it's very private, and then it's very cozy.
Okay, the next one is catering space for curtains.
So this one, I think a lot of people put it under their renovation regrets, and I'm really glad that we actually did cater space for it. Although the one in the master bedroom was a little bit small, but so the curtain will still like stop a bit outside, but it's not too bad, and it goes in quite well.
Make sure that your curtains, especially for smart curtain, like because we have smart curtain tracks, right? You have to make sure that the whole travel area, right, like the curtain won't get blocked by any obstacles.
Yeah.
So imagine like you have a curtain and then it's going in like automatically, but then you have your TV console like right in front blocking the curtain, so it's not. It
Yeah.
doesn't make
So
sense.
then your curtain will be like that.
So the next one is catering in-house sockets around the house. So I think this is extremely important because like for scalability, right? Like if you like, over time you are going to have more appliances, not less, right? Like hardly lesser, I think. So like one of the issue is for most people is like, oh, I only cater 4 switches here for my entire like work setup, and then like you plug one printer, like one monitor, and then one CPU, and then that's it.
Yeah.
You have one extra, and then some people like, hey, what if I want another monitor? Hey, if I want to have
Speakers.
if I want to have speakers, or if I want to have like I want to put a router there, right? So how are you going to cater for all this? You need to go and buy a soap bar extension. Right?
Yeah.
So and then like
Then
extension
after that,
is-
you complain about the aesthetics because it's
Yeah.
ugly.
yeah, so it's
Yeah.
ugly, and then it's like everywhere, right? So the good thing about having more switches, although okay, it's a little bit more expensive than like buying the soap bar
Yeah.
itself.
But it's safer also.
Yeah,
And it's also easier for you to route your cables.
so it's
they-
more aesthetic.
Yeah, because most of the
Aesthetically
rooms,
pleasing.
most of the rooms come with 4 switches already done for you. I think we added
Too
2
much.
more into the spare bedroom at the corner, which is so we specifically added a socket for steamboat
Yeah, it's like
into the niche wall.
yeah, it's beside the dining table,
Yeah, so
so
it's good for those kind of things. And also if you want to do like grill, but on hindsight maybe you should have added 2. because you cannot use one with extension for a hot pot and a grill. It will blow the fuse. Yeah, so that was on the hindsight, but never mind, we're only going to use one pot anyway. Also, not just the number of sockets, but also the location of the socket. So let's say if this room had 6 sockets in a row, right, it doesn't make sense. You need to split up your sockets around so that you can route your cables properly, get to the nearest point, stuff like that. Yeah, so like our sockets, I'll put the electrical diagram here. So this is the socket. Like this is the original socket, and then this is the one that we shifted it to. So like our main bulk of electrical cost is actually in shifting switches. Shifting switches and shifting sockets. That's the main bulk. We actually didn't add a single lighting point in the house that like additional.
That wasn't already there.
Yeah. So we just used whatever was given and then just put the
because we are okay with having those normal
ceiling fan lights.
Our ceiling fan has lights, and then we are okay with those LED light panels.
Yeah.
But if you want like a specific
fancy lights,
fancy
lighting, cove
fancier
lighting,
lights,
stuff like that, which we mentioned previously in I forgot which video.
Then
you probably have to cater electrical costs for those, and it's not cheap. Yeah, track lights are not like adding a track light point is not cheap. The track light itself is not cheap. The pendant lights are not cheap as well. So like in the end, we're just like meh, whatever. Let's just go with the basic.
But we are okay with this, so.
The only issue I have is with the ceiling fan lights. It's not the best quality. So that's why you see sometimes in our Instagram videos there's like flickering. Yeah, it is because of the low quality LEDs, but it's occasional.
Because the higher quality can like their frequency a bit different.
The frequency range is higher, I think, so it's like less noticeable. Yeah, but ours is like very obviously get the black white strips. So that's that. Yeah. So to end off our video, we are glad that we catered all these into our renovation plan, because I think that will be helpful for people to sway certain people who are on the fence about certain things to do it.